Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to make a top 10 for you guys. And this was a fan requested video as well as an updated version of a video I made almost 2 years ago. So about 2 years ago I made a video titled Top 10 Most Annoying Types of Players. That video is over 1 million views now, and in that 2-year period a lot of other annoying things have been added to the game, and I've also witnessed some really annoying new playstyles. Now we are going to be looking in this video for types of players and things they do that just make the game irritating. Now this is my opinion, you may disagree with me, that's fine, but this video is something I feel strongly about, and people will probably be arguing in the comments months from now because this video is kind of controversial, but I stand by my opinion. If all 10 of these players from this list disappeared from GTA Online, they stopped playing the game would be a much better place. Now, let's get started. Starting off at number 10, we have free aim assisted users. This applies only to free aim lobbies. Free aim assisted is an exploit in the settings that has to be fixed. It has been a problem for years. Now, what is free aim assisted? It's when someone changes their aim settings to free aim assisted. They are then able to join free aim lobbies. In free aim lobbies, everyone has to manually aim. Free aim assisted is an exploit where someone can join a free aim lobby with it, and once they join, they can auto aim onto a target for a second, and then it goes back to free aim. Even though it's just for a second, that second is all people need to get a cheap kill. You just headshot someone and they're dead, and they keep going out of lock-on and doing it again. You can see here my friend was fighting me when I activated free aim assisted. I told him to try as hard as possible to kill me, and he couldn't do it. Not only does free aim assisted break and ruin PvP in free mode, free aim, but it also creates a ton of drama, because if someone fairly kills another player, then another person could just accuse them of using free aim assisted back, and these people aren't accusing them because they can't admit they lost, but instead because they can't tell. If someone headshots you pretty quickly, they could have gotten lucky or used free aim assisted. It's very hard to tell, and it's very hard to tell who won the battle at that point. It needs to be fixed. At number 9, we have unreasonable heist teammates. Almost everyone watching this video has run into these players. There are so many types of terrible heist players, I decided to put them all together. There are players that refuse to communicate, they rush in and die, they refuse to listen to the team or work together. How hard is it to work together? Then when they die, you have to keep restarting the heist. It can make it really frustrating. Then after a number fails, it gets even worse. One of those unreasonable teammates decides to leave, messing up the whole team. Some of these heist missions can be really long, and you have to drive really far for some of them. When someone leaves intentionally during this, they're scumbags. Even if I have to go during a heist, I never leave until the mission is over. I tell my team I have to go, and I drive myself somewhere where I can't die, and I tell them not to invite me after. That's how people should play. But some people have no problem leaving during a heist, forcing the team to go back into the cloud screen, waiting several minutes, then having to go back to free mode, then you gotta wait for the invite and get everyone back in the lobby and wait for a fourth person to show up. But I didn't mention several things. I have had instances where people fail in the worst ways imaginable on the simplest of tasks. I did a prison break heist about half a year ago. This is from the video Top 5 Annoying Things That Randoms Do During Heist. And this one guy, he crashed the dodo plane before we even got to the prison door. How is that possible? Then to make it worse, he crashed again when we already fought halfway through the prison and we had to go back and do it all over again. I didn't want to show the guy's name because I didn't want to embarrass him, but you know, there's also people that join on heist finales at the very end. They did not help with any of the setup missions and they demand 25%. These people can be extremely unreasonable. I had a guy join my heist once demanding 25% on the finale. He wasn't there for the other setup missions. I told him that it's not fair to the host because they pay for the heist. They don't get paid for setup missions. I said the fairest cut is 40% for the host, 20% for each member. The guy said to me, I don't care, just give me 25%, and these are the type of people that ruin heists. To be fair, the Doomsday Heist did fix it where you only need one other person, but I have had such bad experiences in heists, I don't even feel like doing them anymore. Next at number 8, we have KDR Warriors. A KDR Warrior is someone who obsesses with kill-death ratio and PvP. They are oftentimes griefers as well. Now I know I'm going to have some people in the comments say, but I have a high KDR and I don't grief. I'm not saying people with high kill-death ratios are bad people, as some have pretty high KDs and are good people. Some of my best friends have high kill-death ratios. I'm talking about the people that obsess with it. All they care about is kill-death ratio. It's just a pointless stat, but some people care way too much about it, and these people will do anything to raise it and keep it high. They will use the cheapest tactics to get kills, and then when someone fights back, they will constantly blow themselves up. They'll constantly kill themselves over and over and over again. Some people even fire an RPG at you, and then blow themselves up afterwards. Then when they get that one lucky kill on you, they act like they defeated you, and the battle is over. They then spam you with messages. Look at these messages I've gotten over the years from people like this. I have had instances where I'm just minding my own business and I randomly get attacked, blown up out of nowhere, and some guy messages me 1-0, you got destroyed. Sometimes I can't tell if people are joking or if they're being serious, because there's actually people out there that act like this and believe their own words. This is Grand Theft Auto, not Call of Duty. Moving on to number 7, we have Ghost Organization spammers. Ghost Organization can be very helpful, especially for cargo sale missions and trying to get away from griefers. Unfortunately, it can also be abused. 2 or 3 guys can use it back to back. What happens is one guy invites the other 2 guys to a CEO, he activates Ghost Organization. Then after it ends, one guy leaves and quickly invites the other 2, and they join and they activate Ghost Organization. Then you guessed it, after that the 3rd guy invites them and they spam it again. And I didn't even cover the fact that they can also use Off the Radar. You can see me and my friends doing this. We're doing this in an invite-only lobby. We're not bothering anyone, but this is how these guys do it. This basically allows people to be in Ghost Organization forever. When my Ghost Organization ends, my friend invites me to his Ghost Organization, and even one person could do this. They don't need anybody else. All they need to do is go into passive mode and just wait until Ghost Organization comes back and use it again. It needs to change. I'm not sure what the solution would be. Maybe limit the amount of time someone can use Ghost Organization in an hour. I understand it's helpful in some situations, but it can be abused very badly in others. At number 6, we have the Selfish Helper. This is a player that you have never heard of, but you most likely have experienced them. I have not seen anyone really largely talking about these players on the internet, but I have seen players complain about them. This right here is how you should play the game the right way. My 2 friends, helped me sell my bunker. Right after that, I helped them sell their MC businesses. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's the opposite of the Selfish Helper. But what is a Selfish Helper? Why are they so annoying and so bad for the game? The Selfish Helper is a term I created for this player because I could not really find a name that the community agrees on. This name is kind of contradictory. Selfish and then helper. The Selfish Helper is someone who sends you a bunch of messages usually. Hey, can you help me sell my businesses? They sometimes even spam. You say, okay, I'll help you, but can you help me sell my businesses when you're done? And they say, sure, yeah, no problem. Well, guess what? You help them. Sometimes you even help them for a long time, helping them sell multiple businesses or source cargo, even for up to an hour. Then when you're all done helping them and you ask them for help, what do? They leave the lobby and don't help the person that helped them. It is truly disgusting. And sometimes this can even be worse than someone griefing, because a griefer will grief you. You will see them and it will be annoying. But here, you are deceived. You're lied to, and you're tricked into helping someone who won't help you, a selfish person. I can't stand selfish behavior. If someone helps you, you help them back. And I have caught people doing this in my crews. When I catch someone doing this, I ban them. And I've confronted several people on this, and it's the same 2 excuses every time on why they left. I have not heard anything else. It's either, oh, I had to go, or I got disconnected. Let's cover the disconnections first. Sometimes this can be the truth. It happens to all of us. But in the case, most of the time it's a lie. How do I know it's a lie? Think about it this way. You just happen to get disconnected right away at the moment you sell all of your businesses when you're done selling everything. And if that person was really telling the truth that they got disconnected, they would have sent that person a message saying, sorry, I got disconnected. I will join back to help you. But they don't, because they're lying. If they really cared, they would help. When I got disconnected, I would let people know and join back the lobby and help them. Sometimes people can't join back my stream lobbies to help other people. I get that. It's hard to join back my lobbies because they get filled up so quickly. But to intentionally leave after someone is helping you is such a scummy thing to do. And then there is also the other excuse. I had to go. I confronted someone on this who I have had multiple complaints about. People telling me this one guy kept leaving after they helped him. Different people telling me the same thing. I talked to this guy in a party and I asked, hey, what's going on? He said, I had to go. I said, every time someone finishes helping you, you just happen to have to go? And he said, yeah. And he's like, I don't have much time to play. How do you expect me to help people? My response was, if you don't have much time to play, then don't ask people to help you sell all of your businesses. If you don't have time to help, don't ask for help yourself. And I said to him, if you want to prove me wrong, next time you're in lobbies, ask people if they need help first. Then they can help you after. He didn't do that. He joined a few more lobbies, did it again, had people help him, and then left. I banned him after that, and I got spammed. Hey, let me back in the crew. No. I don't tolerate selfish people in my community. Be very careful when someone asks you for help. Next time, if you're unsure if someone is going to be a selfish helper, tell them to help you first. If they refuse, it's already a red flag. And if they do help you, help them back. It's the right thing to do and the way people should play. I wish more people talked about this because I don't really see people talking much about the selfish helper, and it's such an annoying player. For number 5, we have cargo griefers. Unlike the selfish helper who takes advantage of people's kindness, the cargo griefer looks around to destroy people's cargo. This happened a few months ago. I saw one person selling their nightclub shipment and a jet flying towards it. I didn't think anything of it because it was mostly a friendly lobby, and then the jet went and blew it all up. All of their cargo. That nightclub shipment took that player hours and hours to produce, and they were already in Sandy Shores, meaning they were pretty close to finishing that mission. I could not believe what I just saw. There are people who will tell me cargo griefing is not griefing, and that it's part of the game, and the game tells you to destroy cargo, so they say it's okay to do so. Just because the game tells you to do something does not make it okay. There is no reward either. Anyone who thinks $2,000 is worth destroying cargo has no idea what they're talking about. The reasons griefers cite that notification is because they're using it as an excuse to justify destroying people's cargo. If they really destroyed cargo because the game told them to, they would be joining those terrible adversary modes the second they get an invite because the game tells you to play them, but they don't because they use that as an excuse. The real reason they're destroying people's cargo is because they're just terrible people and they enjoy ruining other people's experiences. When I ask these people, would you like your cargo getting destroyed? They tend to avoid that question and say, oh, I wouldn't be in that situation and blah, blah, blah. Well, what if they were? I can tell you the answer. No one wants their cargo destroyed. Cargo griefing is griefing because you spend hours grinding that cargo and then to lose it in a second. No one feels good after that. People want to get off the game. And what happened to the guy who blew up the nightclub shipment? Me and my friends went after him with jets and planes, and he couldn't handle it and left the lobby. So for him, he likes bombing people with jets, but then when he's getting bombed, he leaves. At number 4, we have God Mode glitchers. These guys come in many types. I've encountered people teleporting as well, and I'm on PS4, so this isn't some kind of mod. This is a glitch that people abuse. I have seen people run around in God Mode, but the most common one now is the Speedo Van glitch. This guy was running around in lobby, just killing everyone in his path. You can even see here, when I tried so hard with my Savage to blow him up, I couldn't, and he just kept killing me. Imagine you're selling your cargo, and this guy attacks you. You have no way of defending yourself, and you will lose all of your cargo, everything, for something you have no chance of winning against. How are people not banned for doing this? I finally managed to shoot him out with my minigun. Even though the vehicle has God mode, you can still shoot them out, but it's hard to do so. When I finally shot him out, what did he do? That's right. He went into passive mode and hid in his office. When he has no God mode, he can't fight, and most of these God mode griefers can't either. Next at number 3, we have passive popping. This is from over a year ago, when I made a video supporting my friend Gillymaster's petition to fix passive popping. My friends and me here were testing it, just to show how broken it can be. Passive popping is when someone goes into passive mode. Oftentimes it's with a weaponized vehicle. What happens next is they wait until they're in a position where they have an advantage, and then get out of passive mode at the last second and grief that person. It's a very cheap way to get kills. You can see I can activate passive mode after my friend fires missiles, and nothing hurts me. I can dodge all of them, they go right through me. People in dogfights activate passive mode, they fly in circles until they're behind someone, and then get out of it and shoot them down at the last second. It ruins any kind of fair dogfighting. And some people say this is a legitimate tactic. This is not a legitimate tactic, this is an exploit. An exploit is using something in-game the way it's not supposed to be used. Passive mode is meant to get out of combat, not sneak up on people. And the only reason this is worse than the God mode glitchers is because people abuse this more. Moving on to number 2, we have the Orbital Cannon, especially Orbital Cannon glitchers. Almost everyone has gotten hit by this cannon at least once. I understand I'm a YouTuber, so I get targeted much more. However, this happens to people a lot. Some guy will just be sitting in their facility and will do the Orbital Cannon glitch. They will blow you up instantly and not have to pay any money or even wait for the cooldown, meaning they could rejoin the session and just do it again. The reason this is even worse than the above is because at least when someone uses God mode or passive pops, you have a moment to close your application, to get away from them. You close your application, you still get most of your cargo back. Here, you have no time to react, and you have a constant paranoia in your head. Am I going to get orbital cannoned? Someone does the glitch, you get all your cargo destroyed, nothing back, and that person has to pay nothing. How is a game-breaking bug like this still not patched? How many people are victims of this stupid cannon every day? And who was the genius who thought this thing would be a good idea? Griefers sit in their facilities, wait until someone is selling cargo, and then boom, destroy it. And some people actually think this takes skill. Look at this idiot from over a year and a half ago. He sent me a message and screenshot after orbitaling me. He didn't do the glitch, at least he paid for it, but he acted like it somehow took skill to sit in his facility and hit one button. I mean, really? Are people actually like this? And number 1, the most annoying type of player, the number 1 player who ruins GTA Online and is just so annoying, is the Oppressor Mark II Griefer. On my video from 2 years ago, I had people who DDoS as a #1 spot. I still consider those guys the worst because they are breaking the law, taking down someone's internet, but even though that is really annoying, it's pretty rare. These guys, Oppressor Mark II griefers, are in almost every major lobby. They are so common and are constantly spawning that overpowered flying motorcycle. They don't need to wait on any kind of cooldown and can just keep spawning it with their MC after calling Morse Mutual. You blow one up, 30 seconds later you're fighting the same guy on it. There's very few ways to counter the Oppressor Mark II. Its missiles are so accurate, and it's such a small target and so hard to hit. You can see here the guy destroyed my cargo. That's what makes the Oppressor Mark II griefer the #1 most annoying player. They can be most people on this list. They can be a cargo griefer, a ghost organization spammer, a passive popper, even a God mode glitcher. I saw someone using this in God mode once. They can even teleport back to their facility with a heist invite and blow you up. This guy was also acting like a KD Warrior. When you get them off that Oppressor Mark II and you rush them, these Oppressor Mark II griefers, they start blowing themselves up because they can't get kills any other way. They don't want you to kill them. I know people are going to tell me they use the Oppressor Mark II to grind and not grief, but you can't admit all the good and just ignore all the bad. Regardless if you like the Mark II or not, there is no denying it has changed GTA Online and pretty much destroyed PvP because everyone is going to be using these and there's little to no counter for it. And using an Oppressor Mark II back is not a counter. And that is that for this video. Let me know if there's any other annoying players that I might have missed. And if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.